All right. So we're live again. We're going to wait for people to come in here. That was holy shit. That was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. Wow. All right. I'm going to wait for people to come in. I don't even know. There's one person in here. I think it's just me. Unreal. Unfriggin' real. Wow. Okay. I'm seeing you guys come back in now. Guys, I'm sorry about that. I don't know who that was. That I think I know who that was too, but I'm not sure. But that's what they do. That's what they do. And this is what happens. What happened, Jared, was somebody pretending to be fat bald Sicilian came into my show and showed their nutsack. So I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I'm really sorry, guys. Like this is wow. let me while you guys are getting in here, let me just let me do a couple things because my mind is friggin' blown. This is where you can find our Mob Talk Radio podcast on Fridays, mobtalkradioshow.supercast.com. Let me go to just this. Jesus fucking Christ. You guys feel violated. I have like a 36-inch computer screen. You're violated? I'm the one that I got a fresh look. I could have counted pimples. Oh my God. Yeah, you're right, Channel Master. Could have been worse. So we went from 179 people, 180 people to like 50. Oh God. I'm really, really sorry about that, guys. That's just fucking unacceptable at every level. Unacceptable on every level. Anyway, I would like to continue to talk about the Mafia if you guys want to do that. I don't. That's going to give me PTSD for a fucking month. Holy crap. That's just wow. Wow. Angela, I am sorry that you had to see that. I'm sorry I had to see it. I had like at first I was like, what is that? And I was like, oh my God. And whoever it is had no teeth. Porn bomb. I don't even know what the hell that is. See, I'm new to all of this stuff. Why couldn't it have been like, I don't know, a random photo of like mob rats exposed with like duct tape or something? It had to be that. All right, so I'm going to answer some mob questions. Dan, did you see the Lansky film that's on Prime? I listen. So here's my thing about the movie Lansky. I thought historically, I think that they got a lot of stuff right. I just think they took some liberties with history a little bit. Wasn't a huge fan. I thought it was okay. I thought they included some things that were really cool, but then the idea that Lansky desperately, or that Luciano desperately needed Lansky was a bit askew to me. So it was entertaining, but I don't think it was the greatest one at all. Do you think Pistone really took 50K, and how truthful do you think he was in his books? Well, here's the thing, right? So after the fact, Joe Pistone admitted to committing a lot of different crimes, things that he did not report while he was an FBI agent. And one of the bigger points I want to make, and Mob Rats Exposed is going to love what I'm about to say here. the fact that Pistone sort of weaved his story or his narrative that he was around all of these guys. Well, the fact is he wasn't, because if he was, he would have known that Joey Massino was behind the three captains' murders and not tried to blame it on Rusty Rastelli. If Joe Pistone was as close to the mob as he says he was, then he would have been able to give intimate details about Rusty Rastelli being the boss. So there's a lot of things that Pistone over the years has said. And here's what I find really interesting about Pistone. He testified in the Pizza Connection trial. How can he testify about something he didn't even know about? Well, it's because he's a Fed. I don't believe for 1 second that Joe Pistone was going to be made. But the fact that he took money, the fact that he committed robberies, and then brags about it and laughs about it, way after the fact, to me, is just tells you a lot about him. Just tells me a lot about that guy. Yeah, I know it was. Yeah, I'm gonna have to definitely do that. I'm not gonna approach. I'm not even gonna approach it. I'm gonna have to go on. Is it still on YouTube, the old one? Because if the old one's still on, I need to go and delete that immediately. I don't even know. Should I even address that fucking scumbag? Because that's ridiculous. That's like sex offender shit. Hold on, guys. I'm over here trying to delete what was said immediately. So just give me a second, guys, please. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to get in here and delete the video. Oh, Christ. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, guys, I'm still trying to delete it to make sure it's gone. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm just trying to make sure this is gone. For some reason, it won't delete. All right, so I'm just going to get rid of that. Hopefully it's gone. Oh, God. Hold on 1 second, guys. See, this is motherfucker. Okay, it should be gone now, guys. I marked it as private, and I'll get rid of it later. But yeah, that was Tony Pizza. Everybody, that's what Tony Pizza does. No teeth and old camel balls, apparently. All right, guys. Sorry about that. We're up to 101. I'm going to try to do this now. Sorry, it threw me off. Any recent news on Philadelphia or Joey Merlino? No, not really. I think a lot of what's going on down there is hinging on the two indictments. Well, it's one indictment, but some guys have pled out, and I believe there's 6 or 7 or 8 guys that still are going to go on trial. One of those trials, it's been split, obviously. One of those trials is going to begin in the spring, and the other will begin next fall. So there's really not a lot to really say as far as that goes. Jesse, yes, absolutely. She knew too much. And definitely was killed for that reason. Angel, it was hold on, let me text Angel really quick. Okay. Anyway, good God. This stuff always happens to me. Why couldn't it have been something different? I don't know. I thought Boston Red, I thought like Tony Pizza. It might have been Certified Hustler. It might have been. I don't know, but whatever. All right. So if we can continue this, guys, we have 123 people. I feel like I've been dislodged a little bit here. I apologize for that. Really, I do. Um, all right, so let's see. Yeah, I put it private, so it should be gone now. No, I agree, common sense, and that's one of the things. If you go and you look at Joe Pistone's interviews, he laughs about it. Oh, I robbed this guy, I kicked this guy, I abused this guy. And the FBI can't do nothing about it now because it's past tense. And that's my thing. He tries to weave this like he was so close to Sonny Black and all of these other people. But if he was truly that close, then he would have known that Rusty Rastelli effectively at that point was in jail and Joey Messina was running day to day. And he would have known that the person that was behind that would have been Joey Messina, the three Capos murder. So I don't believe for a second that he knew a lot. And a lot of his testimony was hearsay. It was second and third party sort of information. Give us your Bobby Luisi's a rat. What I can tell you about Bobby Luisi is, listen, I think Bobby, first of all, he was chased from the patriarchal crime family. They wanted nothing to do with him. I think they killed his father and his brother, if I'm not mistaken. Did he buy his button in Philly? I think that that's probably closer to reality than anything. But like I said, I know people in Philly and they've said things about Bobby. Some people have said okay things about Bobby. But listen, let me tell you something about that. Bobby is a rat. Okay. There's no getting around that, but he didn't rat out anybody in Philadelphia. Not a single person. So a rat is a rat is a rat, right? But he didn't rat nobody out in Philadelphia, but he ratted other people out. That's true. Didn't Pistone sell heroin out of a New Jersey motel room? That's what I've heard. There's a lot of things that, first of all, do you guys know? Do you guys know that Joe Pistone was chased by the Columbos? He was chased by the Colombo crime family. He couldn't get in with the Columbos. And so what he ended up doing uh, was getting to the Bonanos. Not only that, but he didn't even get in through Lefty Ruggiero. It happened through Anthony Mira. That's how he got in with the Bonanos. A lot of people over the years haven't really talked about that. Hello, Fearless Chat from Fearless Philadelphia. 8:13. Okay. Do me a favor, Angel, if you're in the chat, can you go over to my YouTube and make sure that video is down where you can't see it anyway? Please. Oh, fuck. This got me all thrown off. Let's see what else. Okay, thank you, Kevin. It's gone now. Thank you very much. Yeah, you're right. He had a wedding ring on. That leads me to believe that it was somebody else. Certified toothless creature of the Black Lagoon. Oh my God. 137. Let's just keep it going. Okay. I'm way behind in the chat, guys, so I'm gonna skip some people here. Yeah, I think it was certified toothless creature of the Black Lagoon. So I'll deal with that on another day. What kind of animal does that? Who the fuck wants to see that? Ugh. All right. Any news that's going on in Canada? A lot of it is posturing in Canada right now. I mean, you've got the Rizzutos who are trying to hold on for dear life. You got Ndrangheta who is pushing. You got the Hells Angels who are pushing, and all of it's over turf and drugs. And every murder you've seen probably in the last year and a half has been sort of retribution more than anything. And so, do I think it's going to be quiet forever? No, absolutely not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let's move on past the nutsack, please. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I have a panel discussion. Most times I like to do stuff myself. But then again, the question that you have to ask yourself is, are the people that are doing the genre, how many of them, are around that do it sort of the way that I do it? A lot of people do stuff and it's good. I think down the line, I'm going to have some bigger people, on the show, definitely. But listen, YouTube is really not my gig. My gig, obviously, um, is my paid platform that I do. Uh, I'm still, oh my God, unreal, unreal. That is our website for we do articles and stuff like that. This is our paid platform, which it's on Spotify and everywhere else, mobtalkradioshow.supercast.com. That's pretty much where we do everything these days. Okay, can we get rid of Francis Fuckface, who wants to come in here and start shit? Come on, guys. I really need you to be on top of these people. Oh, my God. Yeah, and Donnie Brasco Patone said I took the guy outside and gave him a warning. Then the new book says I gave him a minor beating. Wise guy. Yeah, absolutely. And that's in Feral Productions. You're right. And that's the thing. He says so many different things that you just don't know exactly what's going on. Mario, I don't know anything about that. Honestly, I think it's more Russian than anything. I could be wrong, but I've never heard that. At least I haven't heard that recently. Maybe about 30 years ago, that would have been the case. Okay, thank you, FBI. I appreciate that. Thank you. Everybody's telling me it's off. Anthony Mira sounds like a madman with Messino. Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing about Mira, right? Mira was a fucking psychopath. He would just stab people to stab people. He was very strange, a very strange guy. He didn't really hang out with anybody. He was kind of a loner. He almost killed I don't know if common sense would know better than me about this specific thing I'm about to say, but I think he was with a girlfriend or some sort of mistress, and she, said to him that she was a lesbian, and he about killed her. That's just the way Anthony Mira was. He just did not have any sort of non-compunction about killing somebody. And listen, a lot of people talk about Roy DeMeo, right? Saying, wow, he was a serial killer. Well, really, how many people did Roy DeMeo really kill? His crew was really responsible for more of that than he was. Sonny Black was hit behind that. The Penguins are playing too, Eric. I'm missing the game. And now I'm all thrown off because I was going to be done by like 8:45, and now I'm screwed because I'm doing an hour chat now. Yeah, it was not Tony Pizza. I apologize to Tony Pizza. It was not him. It was not him. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Definitely there is. Typically, that falls with Genovese territory because when they split up the turf from Maine to New York, everything kind of in between was all sort of separated, and that's typically Genovese territory. Please subscribe, even though you had to see a creature's what. Please subscribe. I'm trying to deal with this. Oh, Epstein's ghost is back again. Thoughts on Anthony Raimondi? I also sent an earlier chat. Thank you very much. He's a fraud. He's nobody. He's not a mob guy. Never was. He's a guy who likes to tell stories. There's nothing wrong with stories, but he definitely 100% was not in the Mafia at all. Um, let's see what else is going on in the chat. Yeah, apparently he is. Apparently he is. Oh, there he is. I was wondering where Pounding the Pink Veal was. You are. I'm going to be thinking about this for the next 3 days because, of course, you know, whoever did it's going to out themselves immediately. I don't know if I am. Listen, I just have a way I do things. I think there's a lot of people that do good shows, honestly. But then there's people who have no idea what the fuck they're talking about and try to pretend. Let's just be honest. I don't think I'm better than anybody else. I just do my stuff a different kind of way. I just do it a different kind of way. That's all. I'm not going to highlight any. Some of these comments are pretty funny. Johnny, I don't know who the guy was. I think I know who it is. And honestly, I didn't know what I was looking at first, guys. So that's the only reason why it was on the screen. That was the only reason why it was on the screen. That'll never happen again. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. I'm going to have to go back in my chat and like give new wrenches and stuff like that because there's a couple of things that have slid through tonight. But yeah, definitely common sense, not a problem. And of course, you know, my girlfriend's blowing up my goddamn phone now. Oh, Christ's sakes. Serial killers don't usually kill for money. Roy DeMeo killed for money. 100%, James. 100%. And I'm so glad you said that because I don't think that people can make that distinction. If you look at Tommy Patera, other than the Phyllis Birdie thing, right? That was retributive at best. Okay. But for the most part, these guys will kill because it's money. You know, Roy DeMeo used it as a means to justify the end for certain things. I don't agree with killing women, but you know, that's just that's kind of what they do. Angel, are you around? I'm losing my mind over here. All right, here we go. Joey Knuckles. I don't know if I'm the original. I think I'm the first one to do it in my style. Everybody has a different style. But I encourage anybody who has an interest in this genre to do that kind of stuff. 100%. Do you like Lee Cole's Mafia History website? I'll be honest with you, I haven't looked at it. And so I can't really tell you whether or not it's listen, if people like it, people like it. I mean, my opinion on what anybody else does really shouldn't matter at the end of the day. Your opinion is the one that matters truly at the end of the day. Guys, give me 1 second. Let me tell my girlfriend to bite my prick for a second because she's blowing my phone up. She was in a car accident earlier. So how do I mute this? Give me 1 second, guys. Please stand by. Apparently she saw it too. She goes, what are you doing? Running a porn channel over there? Oh my God. Okay. Is Angel Gotti here? Or did she take off? Angel, are you in here? Okay, guys, I'm going to skip down. Oh, wait. Hold on. I thought I just saw her. No, Yankees for life. You're always stand up, bro. I got no beef with you whatsoever. I don't even have beef with Carlos or whatever. I know there's other people that run around. Listen, you can't always grab everybody immediately. And I just listen for all the ladies out there. I apologize. Like, I feel real bad. I should have been smarter than that. But apparently I'm not too bright and I didn't realize that it wasn't FBS, but you know, that's what people do. That's what people do. Let's see. You can edit the. Okay. Sorry, Angel is texting me. Apparently, I guess Fatball Sicilian's going on live in a few minutes. So I guess we're going to go from 145 to about 60. But I'm at least going to do an hour tonight, guys. I feel, awful that this happened. It really threw me off everything I was planning. It is what it is. But if you guys want to go over and watch FBS, feel free. I'm not going to be angry if you do it. You're entitled to watch whatever you want. You're entitled to watch whatever you want. No, you know what it is, Teresa. I feel bad because it's like I should have precipitated that or thought maybe that might happen, but it's just one of those things. You can't always predict what's going to happen. But I'm glad I didn't have MRE on when that happened. God, could you imagine if MRE had been on and I had brought that on? Oh God. So yeah, you can ask James, you can ask as many questions as you want. Anybody can ask whatever they want. Whatever they want. What's pretty boring, Angel? I'm pretty boring tonight. I was really hoping to have some great mob chat. Wow. This is just oh. So here's my opinion. He gets a lot of stuff wrong. And I'm just being honest with you. But I don't think that he necessarily is going by. I don't think he knows what. Let me rephrase it this way. I think what he does is cool. I just think that he produces a lot of stuff that isn't factual. And that's largely because A, he's British, and B, he doesn't live in this country, and C, and I don't mean because he's British, he doesn't understand, but I don't think he knows anybody in the streets. I don't think he grew up around that. So I don't think that he understands it because he reported a pretty bullshit filled John Panisi driven video that I particularly find disgusting. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. John Panisi saying that he had meetings with Joey Merlino are lies. Him saying that the Philadelphia Mafia had a party with the Lucchese's over Christmas time is not true. None of that happened. I can guarantee you. Trust me on this when I tell you. None of that happened. And the fact that he's regurgitating that, well, he's really pushing a rat narrative. Even though he doesn't know he's doing it, that's really what he's doing. And listen, to each their own. I know not everybody sort of has the education I have when it comes to that or experience that I have. But reality is I think he posts things that are just not true. And I think that if you're going to do a show that's just about organized crime, the one thing that you should really do is invest in researching. And if you don't, then you're typically producing stuff that isn't accurate. And that's the whole thing. You want to be as accurate as you can. But no, I mean, absolutely. He's in his right to do what he wants. I just think that I just think that taking anything Panisi says and running with it is fact is laughable. Just me. Never ending late language. Somebody always has to be a degenerate. Yeah, well, that's unfortunately what YouTube allows. Degeneracy. Okay, Angel, do you have a big announcement? Do you know when the big announcement's coming? I was on Mulberry Street pickling and heckling Depp and Pacino the night they filmed on location. Pretty sure Ramona was there too. Was Funzy. It turns out that, yeah. What's funny is Joey Gallo's sister still lives on Mulberry Street. She gives hell to the construction workers. She don't fuck around. And she swears like a sailor, that lady. No, I have never seen that film. I will definitely have to check it out. Listen, I appreciate everybody staying through the public display of whatever the fuck that was. Oh my God. Some people ought to eat bath salts. Let's see. What made Roy DeMeo more money? Stolen cars from the Mideast or porn flicks? Actually, the Middle East thing did. That's another thing a lot of people, I think, they want to sit there and continue to say that Roy DeMeo was some big porn manufacturer, and he really wasn't. The guy, and here's what's true: Richard Kuklinski was never a gangster, ever. In fact, Roy DeMeo shook Richard Kuklinski down because Richard Kuklinski's job was to cut the films in this warehouse. And what Kuklinski was actually doing was stealing stuff and selling it. All Roy did was shake down Kuklinski, and through that's how the porn sort of went. And it was really vile shit too. It wasn't like normal porn. Not that porn is normal. It was disgusting porn. But the money that Roy really made came from the Kuwaiti stolen car thing. That brought them a ton of money. And it's also what got Paul Castellano pinched at the end, realistically. What are your favorite channels besides MRE on YouTube? That's a great question. I don't watch any mob stuff. You would think I would. I don't. I watch Tyler Nolan. Tyler Nolan is a hell of a tattoo artist, and he also has a hobby of venomous snakes. I watch a lot of stuff that he does. So it's Tyler Nolan, Nolan. I like watching him do tattoos. He's got cobras and a bunch of stuff. I like watching him. I watch a guy by the name of Dingo Dinkelman, who lives in South Africa, who also deals with poisonous snakes. And I watched the Grimm Collective, GRIMM Collective. And basically they go around the country exploring cemeteries, and they go around exploring famous Hollywood sites. They go to old horror movie film locations. I love it. I actually sent Angel Gotti the link to that stuff. But that's typically what I watch on YouTube. If I'm not watching that, I'm usually watching something that has to do with sharks, or I'm watching something that has to do with serial killers, or I'm watching horror stuff. Anything horror related to me is cool. So that's typically what I do. That's what I watch. I watch Angel Gotti. I don't really watch a lot of the mob tube stuff, mainly because I'm busy during the day doing my own stuff and my own show. Let's see what else. Guys, I'm going to go for a half an hour more. If some of you want to bail and go to FBS, that's absolutely fine. I will not take it personally, but if Angel Gotti does, I'm going to break her hands. Joey Knuckles, MTR. Here's a question that I love to ponder. You're locked up and need a cellmate. Your choices are Sam DiStefano, Roy DeMeo, Greg Scarpa, or Tommy Karate. Who do you choose? You're not giving me a hell of a lot of choices here. Probably Tommy Karate, to be honest with you. I think that's a guy you could probably get along with. You'd probably have to do whatever he said. Sam DiStefano was just too much of a nutcase. Roy DeMeo might be a little easier. Greg Scarpa might be easy. I don't know. I probably picked the psychopath of the bunch. Guys, if I go down and pass your questions, it's just because I'm trying to catch up to the chat. I don't know who's here, who isn't. So if I pass you, please ask your question again. I feel bad because my girlfriend called me. She says, "What the hell was that?" And I said, I'm doing a live. She says, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Call me afterwards." I'm like, "Are you all right?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Just call me after." She felt bad, but she was in a car wreck today. Poor girl. God, between that and COVID, she got COVID. Ugh, horrible. All right. Of course I love Bela Lugosi. Who does not love Bela Lugosi? I love Bela Lugosi. The quality of MTR keeps skyrocketing. Now Spotify, blah, 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 blah. Well, here's the thing, right? So YouTube Live is not my specialty. I'm not here to compete with anybody else. I'm just trying to give people that listen to my podcast another opportunity to talk to me as well. I also want to pull some of you onto my paid platform. If any of you in the chat are a subscriber to my paid platform, you can tell people in the chat whether you like the show. If you hate the show, you can say that too. I got no problem with that. Who is the top earning family of all time? I think the Genovese crime family. And I say that because Tony Salerno was worth $1 billion just by himself. just by himself. So I think it was the Genovese crime family. I really do. All right, I've seen this a couple times. Hey Jeff, is Valachi's estimate of the size of each family's accurate during this era? I think it is. I think it's accurate. Is it fair to say that Tommy Lucchese died? The New York Mafia lost its political. I think Tommy Lucchese dying, and I think Frank Costello sort of being shelved. I think that had more to do with them losing their political connections than it did Tommy Lucchese. The show is good. Plus, you get about 6 other shows that you would have to pay for. I got your show on Spotify, and if you want, I'll name the other shows. Whatever you want to do, cousin Paulie. Whatever. My paid platform is $7 a month. We do typically 5 shows a month. We also give away probably, I think last year it was over $1,200 in prizes last year. This year, I'm going to skyrocket at like $2,500. We do trivia and stuff like that, FBI. We give away artwork. We give away T-shirts. We do it all. But usually, typically a show is released on Fridays, and usually the show's about 2.5 to 3.5 hours, just depending. And we talk all kinds of stuff about the Mafia. No drama on that channel whatsoever. All right. So for those of you that don't know who Frank McErlane was, he was a real fucking mob psychopath. This guy just killed everybody. And one night he got so paranoid that he got a shotgun and got in his car and started driving down the street. And he was firing a sawed-off shotgun into storefront windows. And when the police pulled him over, they said, "What the fuck are you doing?" He goes, "I'm killing ghosts. They're here to kill me. I'm here to kill them." That's how nutty he was. Yep. I would say that is the case. I would not say that we were best friends, but I would say we're friendly. Absolutely. Absolutely. I like your voice too, Angel. At night, before I go to bed, I always try to find something you're talking about and just put it on. It's calming. I don't really have a calming voice, but you do. And the reason why this sounds so good is because I got the most expensive microphone that you can get. Is it a full moon? You gotta be shitting me. That explains it, guys. There's a full moon. That's why that nutcase came on the show. All right, let's see. You get the real MTR on his paid site. Yeah, I try to be funny and I talk about personal things. And I listen, a lot of what we do is character driven. We all got our little sort of character we play, but who I am and what you're hearing is who I am. Like, there's no difference. I'm just a little more relaxed on my podcast. And Boston Andy is coming. You guys wait. He's coming. He is coming. Whoever isn't subscribed and loves this genre, trust me, it's the very best hands. Well, I appreciate that, Dustin. I don't think I'm the very best, but I just try to be better, each time I go out. That's well, see, Dana, I didn't know. I'm sitting here, and I live in Manhattan, and I'm looking out the window. I see this, thing. I'm like, is that the moon? Oh, shit, that explains the fucking nudity. Ron Previty, Gabriel. Hold on, you don't have to though, Angel. I can hook you up, Angel, where you sound like a butter knife, just cutting that butter nice and slow. See, I can talk all slow and I sound all interesting. But really it's the microphone, right? And then it's also the fact that I'm running through a processor, which gives it that sort of Howard Stern voice. Hey there. See what I mean? All right. Okay. Yeah, you go tell Boston Andy he needs a dominatrix. You go tell him that and see the response you get. Please, guys, if you haven't just liked this show, I don't expect you to like the shit show that happened prior to this, but please, for the love of God, please, for the love of God, like this one and share it. That's the best that you can do. Well, you should. I've told you a million times. So you have a USB mic though. That's the difference. So what I'm using is not a USB mic. Now, for a lot of people that want to get started doing this kind of stuff, I used a Blue Yeti. Blue Yeti is a great mic if you're starting out, but that's a USB based mic. So you're going through the USB port, which kind of distorts your voice a little bit. Now you can use things like Audacity to sort of change, um, how you're gonna sound. But I am not using a USB mic whatsoever. I'm actually using what the hell kind of mic did I buy? I got a Shure MK7, whatever. It was like $1,200 or whatever the case, $800, $900, something like that. Well, I only do because of the mic. And then what I have on my system is I got a bunch of buttons I can press where it sort of changes everything. I killed more people than cancer. That would have been Ralph Natali. So we've got 145 staying steady, guys. Unfortunately, I would love to stay here all night, but I think some of you would like to go visit Fat Bald Sicilian's channel. I know he just started, so I'm going to run for another 20 minutes. That way you guys can go see him. Yeah, that's the one right there. SM7B. Yeah, Harry, that's the one I got. You might as well be speaking Chinese right now, Spiffy. I don't understand. So basically, Angel, the microphone that you have is a Blue Yeti. The microphone plug-in goes from the bottom of your mic into your USB port on your computer. And so it's just a processing thing. So rather than me running through my computer, I run through a Rode Procaster board, which basically means that my voice is going through two different other filters before it hits my computer, which gives it a better sound. That's all. Sorry, I know I might as well be talking Chinese. You're right. You know what's funny about that statement, Cousin Paulie? So check this out. So I think I was 15 years old, and no, I was younger, and Air Jordans had just come out. They were the big thing, right? And so I remember my mother going, "Hey, you want some Air Jordans or whatever?" I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, your aunt Renee is going to get them for you in New York City." I said, "Well, what do you mean in New York?" Because I wasn't living in New York at the time; I was in Providence. And she goes, "Oh, she got them off an FOT." I'm like, "What the fuck's an FOT?" My father goes, "Fell off a truck." And I said, "Pop, what's fell off a truck?" He goes, "They were stolen." Oh, what a wow. Unreal. Unreal. Now I'm not using auto tune, but that's a good joke. That's a good joke. I wish if I was using auto tune, I'd sound like a robot that was getting fisted in an elevator. I don't I don't know if Bobby did. I don't know if Bobby did. I don't really know anything about Bobby, to be honest with you, other than what I was told from some people in South Philly. But I'm just not going to regurgitate what they said. It's between me and them. Oh, now we're down to 125. 45 jumped over to Fat Bald Sicilian's channel. Disgrazia. Let's see. Top 5 horror movies. Halloween 1. The Wolf Man. What is that? 2? Friday the 13th, the original. There's a couple of them I like. I love the Salem's Lot, the Stephen King one. And I love The Silver Bullet by Stephen King. I like weird stuff, but really I'm into werewolf movies more than anything, but I like all of them. I used to gamble. Oh, hold on. Do you gamble? I've been known to. I like to play roulette. Craps I still don't understand. Roulette, Texas Hold'em, cards, I'll gamble, but you know what? It's been such a long time since I've been to a casino. It just to me, and here's my deal with anybody that goes to a casino. Here's what you should do. What the fuck? Online strips, clothing. Somebody get rid of that freak. Oh my god. Anybody that here's here Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is great, Seymour. I always have a rule when I go in a casino, right? I take $100 and I put it in my pocket. Okay. Once I get in, anything I win goes in my right pocket, and I keep gambling with what I brought. That way, I leave with something. It's not a sure way, and I'll be honest with you too. I've never really lost at a casino. I've never really lost, but then again, I don't, I'm not throwing. I think the most I ever won, honestly, was like $600. That's it. I'm not a big gambler, but I like to bet on the ponies. That's for sure. You get me around a horse track, forget about it. I'm a degenerate. Yeah, but I don't like this online gambling shit. I just because there's something about going up to that window and saying number 3 to win X, Y, and Z, and then you get your trifecta, your quintella, and all of that. That's what I like to do. And I got a great story about Boston Andy gambling. He had never been horse gambling in his fucking life. First time I took him, we went to a track. He disappears. He comes back. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, I put all my money. So you put all your fucking money on one horse? Like, are you crazy? You don't even know what you're doing. He goes, I got a good feeling on this one. The horse's name was Irish Lassie. Now, because Andy's Irish and I'm half Irish and half Italian, he had to give me shit. So he put all his money on Irish Lassie to win. And it was like a 20-1. And he won like fucking $4,000. And then he bought steaks. He bought a shirt from the horse track. He bought all kinds of nonsense. But yeah, he won. And every time I talk to him, he brings it. He brings the subject up to me. He brings it up to me every single time. Hey, remember the time, pal? Yeah, I put all the money and won on Irish Lassie, and you voted on Vic Damone or whatever the fuck. But yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Oh, a Boston Andy, Chris, is 100% a ponies guy. 100%. Now, my father had a theory. You ready for this? This is gross, ladies. My father would bet on the horse. Whatever horse had their cock dragging in the dirt, he would bet on. Because his theory was that the horse was all excited, and if he got near another horse, he wanted to do what horses do when they feel that way. So that was my father. That's what he thought. And my father was a great dog track guy. He was really good at betting on them. My relatives used to take him all the time. He was really, really good at it. I think if he had realized how the dogs are treated, he never would have done it. But I wanted to say that my father sent you a hug back and says that he hopes you're doing well and likes the live show, even though I'm translating to him through the phone, I'm assuming in Spanish. Well, tell your father I said hello. You're right. You're right. That's what he did too. He boxed the shit. And he won. And he buys all these prizes. Oh, look, I got a pen. Oh, look, I got a shirt. Oh, look, I got a jacket. I'm like, you spent all your fucking money on fucking nonsense. But he enjoyed it. And he's never not reminding me of that. Yeah, I spoke to MRE just a couple minutes ago. In case you're late, you missed the whole flasher thing. But yeah, I spoke to MRE. I have no problem with MRE. I think people sometimes want to make problems. And the reality is there are no problems. There are no problems with me and MRE. Not at all. So here's my thing. I think that's a good thing. Anybody that comes home. I think that most guys that come home after they've done time, it would behoove them to just relax for a while. But it all depends. Everybody's different. I heard that story, but I never really could confirm it. But there's a lot of people that do say that. Well, I don't think, you know what, I would definitely do it because I like horse racing, but I don't think, I don't know what but believe it or not, I only know like a handful of people that listen to my show personally. I don't know a ton of people very well because I'm a little skeptical of people. And that's for good reason, because as you see, people show up and flash their, their, I don't even know what you want to call them. I don't know. Would you take Nicky Scarfo to the track? Nicky Scarfo's dead. What am I going to dig him up and drag him with me? So, Nicky, what do you think? Nick, what do you think? Well, you know what? I couldn't even tell you offhand. I heard there is a movie being made. It's probably going to be a grade D direct to DVD movie, but I heard there is one being made. Definitely. No, I don't think that's ever going to happen. I just don't. I think that that family has gone through a lot, and they're not exactly. They have. When you talk about the rich history of organized crime, and you talk about somebody having, what's the word I'm looking for? They go back 100 years. That family in the Inzerillos. So no, I don't think that'll ever happen. Hi, Joy. Yeah, that's the one race I stay the hell away from because I don't think it's. I think there's too much scheming and stuff going on for that, so I try to play other ones. I try to play other ones. Guys, I'm only going to go on for another 10 minutes. I know there's other content creators that are on. We've lost like 70 some people in the chat. They've, it sucks because I was trying to do whatever and then I got thrown off balance by the streaker, who really shouldn't be streaking. He's got a lot to be embarrassed about. That's for sure. But it is what it is. No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. 100% right. I love to be friends, Jeff. Don't want to be intrusive. Well, see, I appreciate that, Dustin, because a lot of people, listen, a lot of people are very intrusive with me. You got to understand, like, people always mean well, but then you deal with people that are like complete psychopaths and they try to go to your family's homes and harass them. And it's a very, very weird thing. And Dustin, you don't do that. You've always been nice. Why is this guy still getting in the chat? Good God. I have not seen Gamora. I have not seen Gamora. Can somebody block Loveface? I don't even know what the hell this is. He keeps getting in the chat. I've blocked him a million times. Oh, for Christ's sakes, I'm just going to have to end this feed, guys. This is just disgusting. Just disgusting. I'm going to tell you right now, MTR is the best mob talk show out there. He keeps it real, keeps it 100, keeps the gutter straight from the street. No, I try to do my best. And like, I feel like, guys, and I apologize. I feel like this show is one big failure. One big failure. I got thrown off by everything that happened. The whole point to me coming on tonight was to have a discussion about what I thought, and somebody jumped on and kind of destroyed that. So that part of it's all fucked up now. So I don't know. Maybe it's just time that, maybe I just need to stop doing live shows. That may be what it is. Cause I just don't want to deal with this kind of stuff. I will continue to do live shows, obviously. But I hate to just get thrown off. Originally I was going to go on from 7:30 to 8:45. And I'm completely thrown off, just completely thrown off. And yeah, there's a spam bot like all in this chat. I don't get it. But Epstein's ghost is back again. Which little guy would you want to back up in a bar fight, Spilatro or Scarfo? I'd probably want to back up Spilatro, not Scarfo. I don't know. Nicky was pretty tough. He was a sick bastard, that guy. But I think Tony said, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Wow. Chris Thomas, $4.99. Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody putting up with everything that happened tonight. It just makes me sick that people do shit like that. I wish I could delay the chats. Like, if I could do that, then that's what I would do. I would delay them. But I think from here on out, the rule is going to be, if you're not showing your face, unless you're MRE, I'm not letting you on my chat. because I just think that it just, oh, what a prick, that guy. Thinks it's real funny. Ha ha ha. Well, we're going to go for another 6 minutes anyway. I was going to have more people on, but right now I'm so terrified about letting anybody on this show that I'm just not going to do it. Um, and that is just so not cool. So not cool what happened. And it's sad because I had like this grand idea tonight. Like I have all these topics I wanted to talk about, but I just, you know what? I got thrown off and honestly, I got 94, 97 people in here and I really appreciate it. But I'm going to apologize again because I really, this was not what I wanted to do. Um, this is definitely not what I wanted to do tonight. Maybe I'm going to have to come back on tomorrow night and start over. Maybe all 92 of you will come back tomorrow night. We can do the show that I really wanted to do. Typically, I don't like to do my podcast on a Friday afternoon and then come back Friday night, but I think I need to rebound from this. And I think maybe coming back on tomorrow night would be a great idea. So if you guys, there's 90 of you in here. Would all of you guys come back tomorrow night if you can? No, Anthony. And here's the thing. He didn't show his face backstage. It said FBS and had it had his logo. That's why I thought it was him. So if all of you would come back tomorrow, can you please hit number 1 for me? If you guys all say number 1 that you're going to come back tomorrow, I will 100% do this again tomorrow. And we'll bring everybody on. If MRE wants to come on, if Angel Gotti wants to come on, we'll do it. We'll 100% do it. I just listen, it's been a hell of a day, guys. Girlfriend's in the car accident. She just got over COVID. Then there's all of this background shit going on. I have some asshole who's making videos about me who doesn't even know me. It's just, there's a lot of nonsense going on that I have to deal with on a daily basis. But if you guys will, please come back tomorrow. I will 100% come back on, and I promise we will do the show. As well, listen, here's the deal, right? I can do my show before Kane Shades or after Kane Shades. If I run up against him, he's got no chance. I've got a lot bigger support than he does, just more numbers, right? That's all I mean. And I'm not a dickhead. I'm not going to intentionally go up against the same time he is to try to do something to him. That's not what I'm about. He typically goes on at 9 or 10. I'll either go on before or I'll go on after. But I won't go on as the same time him. Look at Epstein's ghost is dropping the money chest here. I appreciated Epstein's ghost. By the way, Epstein, were you murdered? Were you murdered, Epstein? I believe you were. Were you murdered? Angel's not in the room anymore. She took off. I already know that, I think. I think she took off, but that's funny. That's exactly what she's going to say. She'll be all right, Cousin Paulie. She's a tough girl. You have no idea. Them 100% Italian girls don't fuck around. They don't fuck around. She's fine. I think just getting derailed from the nutsack to the haters to like my phone blowing, just nothing happened right tonight. And that happens. It's okay. It's all good. It's okay. You're allowed to ask questions. I just want to avoid, talking about other people because, oh, look, Angel is there. Okay, so maybe I'll go another minute or two. Couple minutes. Here's the thing, right? So listen, when I first started my career, I don't know if this is a career, is more of a joke these days, but when I started my career, I was much like a lot of other people. I came out balls to the wall, fuck you, fuck everything, FFF. But I learned that you just attract like-minded people. So if everything that is coming out of my mouth is toxic, who do you think is going to listen to you? Toxic people, right? So I learned over the years that you have to pick your moments. You have to pick your spots. You have to decide, is the fight worth it? And what a lot of people don't know is the secret voice has always been Angel Gotti. Always been. What are you doing, Spippy? Are you crazy? You know what's going to start even today. Angel knew what I was going to talk about at the beginning of the show. And we talked about it. And she knew what I was going to do. And she supported it. She says, no, you're in your right to do that. But I would be Careful how you say certain things. Uh, so listen, you're never going to make everybody happy. There are people that do a better show than me. Um, and that's just reality. Uh, and there are people that do shows a different kind of way too. Some people are very A, B, C, D, E. Whereas some other people are very schizophrenic in how they do their shows. And I don't think that there is a perfect method to that. I just think that, and listen, this is not an ego thing. So please understand this. I don't think it's an ego thing. I think it's you can be talented, but you have to be entertaining thing. And I think that's a natural thing. That's not something that you can manufacture. I think you either got it or you don't. And there are people that I don't always get along with that do have that. They do have it, but they choose to do other things, which kind of negates that. And that's sort of my thing. If anybody listen, this is going to shock some of you because everybody seems to think I'm a liberal, and I'm really not. I believe in certain things. I really was a big fan of George Carlin and a huge fan of Michael Savage. I may not agree with Michael Savage politically speaking all the time, but it's that sort of aggression. That's just the way I am. That's just the way I am. That's the way it's kind of always been. Jerry 499, love your show. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I hope you continue to love my show. I mean, I base a lot of the things that I do on what my viewers, because I care about when people listen to me, I care about them. I care about them. I care about what they think of my show. And the worst thing you can ever say to me is never like an insult. It's that was boring or that was too long. Like I take all of that kind of stuff seriously. And I just want to give everybody the best show that I can. And there's going to be days where I'm just exhausted. I know that Friday, after I record a 3-hour show, I'm going to be beat, but I'm going to come right back Friday night and try to do a show that resembles something that isn't a goddamn fucking porn. Christ. So, it's just one of those things, but I feel shitty because there was so much I wanted to do. And so I learned my lesson. And the lesson I think I learned from tonight is that you just have to be cautious about the people you're going to let on your show. That's all. You learn. You live, you learn. Well, your channel has style and unique in its way. I like to listen, here's what I try to do, right? So for those that know me and for those that don't, the one thing that I try to do is give you a street perspective. I try to give you the inside edge. I try to give you sort of a narrative of how things are dealt with in the street. And the difference between me and a lot of other people is they weren't in the streets. And I don't mean streets like I was in the Mafia, so don't take that and run with it. I just mean that I've been around and am around people that are active in that sort of lifestyle. And so I know how the demographics work. I know how the politics work. And that's just the reality of it. Take the name Gotti away. Take the Gotti name away. Angel is a phenomenal person. She is more than just a name. People forget that. Yeah, I've been saying that for years, Dana. I really have. I think people see a face and they attach the name and they forget behind that there are feelings. And listen, I don't always get along with Angel. She'll tell you we can bicker sometimes like siblings. But at the end of the day, we can disagree, but it always comes back to the same place it always has. We have respect for each other. We care about each other. And so we don't let it go to a place that's toxic. We can't. We can't. And hopefully it'll always be like that. I can't imagine a world without her in it. I just really can't. I really can't. What you forgot they haven't learned yet. Well, that may be the case too. I just, listen, at the end of the day, I wish anybody that does this all the luck in the world. I have no problem with anybody who does it. But if, you're going to do something, do it right. Know what you're talking about. Nothing sort of rubs me wrong. Something that rubs me very wrong is when people don't understand what they're talking about and then think they're a superstar all of a sudden. And to me, that just doesn't work. And let me reference that for a second. And if anybody has Mafia questions for the next 5 minutes, I'll answer those too. I worked very hard to get where I've got. I came from nothing, did everything on my own. I didn't buy subs. I didn't borrow a dime from anybody. I simply, from one day to the next, did a show. Then I did another show and I got better and I got better. And then I put money into myself, to my business, to my show. Then I got a Pacer account and pay a ton of money every month for that. That's 10 cents a page. You think that's not expensive, but it is. And I do these things. And so when I've been doing this all on my own and nobody helped me, I didn't have 10 other channels to support me or to fight with me to give me any notoriety. I did this the hard way. And so when I do see other channels, and it's not all, so please don't think I'm talking about anybody individually, because I'm not. When I see somebody that's too lazy to do their due diligence and they're consistently saying things that are factually wrong, it's like an insult to me because of how hard I have worked. And then they try to say that they're better than me. It's like, come on. That's what I don't like. That's what I don't like. Cousin Paulie. I had to come up with Brussels sprouts topped with black Gotti garlic too. Homemade sister. Yeah. Cousin, Angel, I know Cousin Paulie. He's a good guy. We know the same people down in Philly. He's a good dude. Solid dude. Solid guy. You are great at this. My wifey Dana got me into this. You make it happen. I appreciate it, Donnie. And I apologize that one time I didn't let you be my friend on Instagram. But, as you guys know, I've taken a lot of heat on Instagram. I got a lot of stalkers. A lot of things happen. And if I don't know you, it's just, I kind of go, nope. And I try to ask around. But thankfully, I realized who you were, and we fixed that problem. All right, guys, 5 more minutes, and I'm definitely getting off because I got to bang my head upside the wall about 1,000 times. Oh, good God. You just described half the shows. Well, listen, what I try to do is, I'll be honest with you, John. I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. And there are content creators that I like what they do, and I think some of them have talent. How they use that is their business. What works for me isn't going to work for everybody. We're all different people. We all have flaws, and it's okay. But if you don't know the fucking genre and you can't carry on a show and discuss the genre factually, you're in the wrong fucking genre. I'm just saying. And, that's not a shot at anybody. That's just at anybody that doesn't know what they're doing. Like, I wouldn't come on here and talk to you about the anatomy of a fucking horse. Not a fucking vet. So I wouldn't know how to do that. And I wouldn't pretend to. And I wouldn't pop an article on the screen and read verbatim. Like, that's not knowing it. But I do think in saying that there are people that can learn, but you have to be willing to put in the hard work. That's reality. You guys have no idea how much stuff I turn down, but I do it because I like doing my own thing, and I don't want to fucking have a muzzle. I don't want to have a muzzle. Let's see. Do you realize you gave these former gangsters a second chance at life because they all have podcasts? No, I don't think I have anything to do with that. Maybe I'm wrong. You guys in the chat can tell me. Do you guys agree with that statement? I don't think so. I certainly don't want to be responsible for any fucking rats that have a show. But then again, you don't see any real gangsters on. Any real gangster is not going to come on YouTube and do a show. I'm telling you that now. I came on and I talked about the history. That's what I did. The history. And do I talk about some active stuff? Yeah. But you have to understand that anything active that I talk about, I have ways of bending a story a little bit so that it pushes away from what's really going on. And honestly, I would never tell you if there was a situation going on, I would never go public with that anyway. So when I talk about anything that's sort of semi-active, you have to understand that anything I say has already been cleared with people. So people know what I'm going to say. Nobody tells me what to do. I kind of do it on my own. But I definitely think I opened the door for a lot of other people to do shows. That's for sure. And it kind of makes me feel old and neglected. I get a little upset when I think people don't respect me. And listen, people don't have to like me, but I think when people say, "Oh, you're old, we're the new thing." Okay, well, what year did Appalachian happen? And they can't tell you the year. There's a lot to be said for that. But I do think there are some channels that are coming that are good. They just have to find their voice. Once you find, listen, you have to go through the ringer for a long time and take the abuse before you find your voice. Once you find your voice, then you kind of look back at yourself and go, I really shouldn't have said that. Yeah, it's kind of touch and go there. And some people will get better. And then you're going to have some people that are just going to continue the same bullshit. That's just the reality of it. And that's not pointed at anybody. It's just reality. But I will tell you guys this, that more than one time I have offered through other people, rats, the opportunity not to debate me, but for me to refute them to their face about what they're lying about. And none of them will have me on. None of them will discuss anything with me. And that's not because I'm a loudmouth. It's because they know I factually know what I'm talking about. And let me tell you the secret to this. Mob rats are not going to go on any show where anybody questions their validity. They're not going to go on any show that they think they're not going to be able to get over their nonsense. You really think a rat would talk to MRE? I guarantee they wouldn't. Hell no. They're only going to deal with people they can manipulate. And that's the truth. And that's the truth. I don't know about that. Michael Buffer. God, I hope not. Let's get ready to rumble. I can't even do that. My voice don't work like that. The rats can't talk around. No, they can't, because they will say, I killed a guy in 1947. It's like, really, you did? Because that's funny, because this says you were in prison at the time. How the fuck is that possible? And that's the whole point. And I think that, you know what, I'll say this, for We Push Back. I think more people need to get inventive. I think MRE has his own way of doing things. And I think that everybody else that's involved needs to come up with their own way of doing things, do different things. 15 people doing the same video isn't thinking outside the box. And I'll give you a suggestion. Go to Pacer, get a Pacer account, grab documents, find an interview that they do where they said, yeah, I shot baseball bat at 47 guys, and pull it up where in the minutes it says he shot one person and he didn't die. Use that against him, and then show the paperwork, screenshot it, put it on a live feed like this on line 17. This is what it says. If you do that, it's non-refutable. I could tell you guys all day the sky is blue, but if you can't look out the window and see that it's blue for yourself, then you're just taking my word for it. And that's what I think We Push Back is all about. And I think that's what they should do. I just think that they need to find a more unique way of doing it. To be honest with you, that I think would work 100%. 100% that would work. But you got to think outside the box, because the originator of the pointed in your face is Chris Casparosa. And I don't always get along with Chris. I don't think we really like each other, but I'll tell you one thing. He's good at what he does. It's annoying to me, but he's good at what he does. He invokes hatred in them. And that's how you know he's doing something right. It pisses them off nothing more than when Angel Gotti comes on and says, I'm going to tell you the story and I'm going to tell you the truth. They don't like that shit either, because they know she's telling the truth. Instead, they will continue to keep people around them that believe in the same nonsense that they do. And that's the truth. And that's how you beat them. Use their own words against them. That's what you got to do. But you have to prove it. Just because you say it doesn't make it so. Prove it. MRE has that sort of corner of what he does. Listen, gangsters, I'm going to tell you the truth. I didn't tell him this really specifically. Mob guys love MRE. They love MRE. Just the other night, I'm not going to tell you who it was, but a mob guy texts me and says, oh, that guy fucking MRE is fucking hilarious. I said, well, he was on my live thing. He's like, what? You're doing a live? I was like, how do you not know this? And he's like, send it to me. This is 2:00 in the morning. He wanted to watch the show where Angel was on with me and MRE, and I think Kane was on for like 10 minutes or whatever. That's the episode where he had the the prosthetic arms. So yeah, I mean, they definitely are watching. They're definitely watching, because I remember somebody had said, oh, well, they're not watching this in prison. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. You would be surprised what they get away with in prison. Straight serious. All right, so we're at an hour and 14 minutes. It's 9:21. 4 minutes. I swear to God, in 4 minutes, I'm getting out of here. But here's what I want all you guys to know. I want all of you guys to please come back tomorrow and let me do this the right way. Let's invite 10 or 12 people on. Let's really have a great conversation about organized crime. Certain things I can answer, certain things I won't, just out of respect for people I know. Um, Someone needs a good exterminator with all these rats. Well, here's the thing, right? And this is the very truth. If people were not kissing their asses and looking up to them like they were something special, none of this would happen. Um, I'm not sure. It's probably going to be our Dana Cane Shades goes on at 9 or 10 on Fridays. I can never fucking remember. I want to go on either before him or after him, but if I go on after him, it's going to be like 11 or 12 o'clock at night. And I don't want to do that to everybody. So I think what we'll do is 7 o'clock good for everybody, or 7:30. If 7:30 is good for people, press 1. Okay, so cousin Paulie says he goes on at 10. So do you guys want to go on from like 7 to 10? Or 7:30 to 10? Look at everybody. 1. Okay, guys. So here's what we're gonna do. Dana, thank you. Donnie, thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate it. I appreciate your support too. I really do. So let's meet back here tomorrow at 7:30, and we'll go from 7:30 to 10. If that's okay, so if 7:30 to 10 is okay with everybody, hit 1. Okay. So listen, guys, before I get out of here, I want to say thank you to all of you. Oh, Dustin Rhodes wants it from 7 to 10. We'll go from 7:30. That gives me time to eat, guys. I didn't even eat tonight. I wanted to thank all of you for coming in tonight. I, again, apologize for that disaster. I will be more on top of this tomorrow. We're going to have some people come on tomorrow night. And once again, I'm sorry, guys. I feel shitty about this whole fucking thing. I got to be honest with you. So we will see everybody tomorrow night at 7:30 right here. Don't forget, people that are on my paid podcast, the podcast will be dropping tomorrow afternoon. So it's double duty for me. So thank you, everybody, for coming in. I appreciate it. For everybody that gave me a super chat, a super sticker, whatever the hell they're called, I appreciate that too. And I will see all of you tomorrow at 7:30 right here. Thanks, guys.